Hi there, it's Jan here, and in today's session I'm going to show you why you want to stop using the open stance on your forehand. So every time I enter tennis club, I see more and more coaches teaching open stance only. I'm not saying it's wrong. All I'm saying is that you don't want to teach this stance only. There are 3 to 4 different stances in general that you want to start using, and I will show you now why you don't want to teach only open stance. I'm gonna be hitting, and I'm gonna show you basically what happens with the problem when the player is only learning the open stance. And it's very simple. Basically, now if I'm gonna get right into the technical elements, if you're gonna be teaching only this, this is basically the idea of the open stance is that you have your feet basically alongside the baseline, let's say, yeah? If I'm gonna demonstrate it here on a good example, and then you're just playing like this. Yeah? It's a very good shot to have, but it's not the only way how you can play forehand. So it's very important to teach players everything, not just the open stance, but I want to show you some examples also when you don't want to use the open stance at all. So basically, when the ball comes like a normal deep ball, let's make a bit more space here. If I'm gonna model it again on, let's say, Alcaraz or Djokovic, you will never see them playing a normal ball with open stance like this. You will always see them, most of the times, semi-open, which is this one. Yeah? This is also the number one I'm teaching to most of the players first, the semi-open. If you're dealing with beginners, or if you are a beginner, you first want to master the closed stance, yeah, for the balance purpose. Because like this, you're really learning the correct weight transfer. The problem with the open stance, or if the players start learning the open stance right from the beginning, is that they can never learn the right weight transfer. Because with this, you only left with this. But as we know, you should not be really walking through the ball as you hit, because you're losing stability and balance. And if you're gonna deal with a deeper and a faster ball, you are finished. But the main reason why I don't teach open stance, especially beginners, advanced beginners to medium level, I'm not even going much into open stances because they're not gonna use it much. And they're gonna be really just most of the times using the closed stance. When you're dealing with, let's say, shorter balls or the balls you're stepping in, this is the one, you want to go for it. Or semi-open, huh? Which is kind of the one that Djokovic uses most of the times. And the reason why to use the semi-open is, again, I want to get to the point why to prefer the semi-open to the open. So watch this. If I am to transfer the weight into the ball, and I am standing like this, let's say I will start with the open stance, what I don't want, I am already open, basically. So in this position, I would have to just really use the hips and the shoulders a lot to create this momentum, and then go for it. It works, yes, but you will always generate, if you are not an amazing player with amazing racket head speed, you will always only generate certain amount of power, because you are limiting yourself on the weight transfer, because from this you cannot really do this. So we're getting into the semi-open. That's why Djokovic also uses it and loads of pros, most of the time semi-open, because the left one here is for the balance, for the stability, and you're gonna be using the right knee in the right way, with the right hip, to go into the ball. Like this, huh? So now I'm generating much more effortless power than like this. Because here I am only relying most of the time on the arm. I cannot go anywhere much with the hip, because I am already done. What you want to do from this position? You need to start with the hip like this in order to go into the ball. But if you already start like this, you're just gonna end up pushing like this, pushing the ball. So this is why there is also some more elements, some more reasons why you don't want to use much the open stance. Use the semi-open stance. This one is, I would say, perfect for the forehand. Djokovic, Alcaraz, all of them using this one. Yeah? Alcaraz is actually even more too close. He's really like having the left there. You will never see him playing forehand like this. Yeah? And now we get into when to use the open stance in the defense. So if you're learning open stance, you're gonna be very good in defense. Because that's exactly what happens. Fast ball, cross court, I'm getting there. And now I'm just in a defensive position just to hit it. Yeah? That is good, because On the defense, I don't really need to, I'm not attacking the ball. I don't have to push so much weight into the ball. I'm really just going this, huh? Just trying to get there. In the difficult cases of scenario, you're gonna be even more under pressure. Djokovic again, huh? This kind of shot, then back, huh? So if you are around the baseline, or if you're going in, you don't want to play like this. I would really avoid it. Unless you're really super advanced player, as I said, if you're super advanced player, you have a good wrist acceleration, good racket head speed. If it works for you, fantastic, do it. But if you're beginner to medium level club tennis player, semi-open, and remember short ball, stepping in, close stance into the ball. This way you are able to transfer much more weight into it. And it's just easy. It's just natural, because in order to transfer weight, you have to start like this to go in. Imagine you pulling something behind you. Like this, you're gonna pull it with much more strength, much more force, yeah? Then like this. What you want to pull like this? Nothing, it's impossible. So I'm gonna get into hitting now, and I'm gonna demonstrate exactly this, what I just talked about, and let's see if you're gonna agree with me. Let me know also in comments what you think about open stance. I am not saying I'm not teaching it, but I only teach it those, as I said before, who can really, who have amazing racket head speed, amazing wrist, basically a bit more advanced players. Then yes, because I want to make sure they can hit the ball from any position, yeah, from any stance, and also from any position on the court. But as I said before, there are 3 or 4 different positions according to where you're standing on the court. But with this, we can also, if you want to learn more, you can also check out my Pro Tennis Footwork program, which is loaded basically with all the positions and the correct stances and the correct footwork patterns you want to use in the specific situations. So let's get into hitting right now. So first I will show you open stance, how much I'm gonna basically struggle here with. You will feel it that I'm not transferring enough weight into it, and I will have to really rely a lot on the arm. Let's see what happens. And then I'm gonna start getting more into semi-open, and then I will also show you the good use of open stance, which we'll use more in the kind of a defensive position. Let's get into it. So this will be, again, if I'm focusing only on the open stance, yeah. So like this, I'm not really, I can hit it of course, but not feeling balance much. And you can see that I'm very static and just relying on that whipping motion. This one actually for the defense would be good. Okay, let's go into defense now. So if I'm in a defensive position, let's say I have to get there, then yes, then I'm here and I'm just in a defense. But I can never attack. Even more, I'm gonna start here, hop. This was a good example, huh? Because on the defense, I'm saving a step. So I get there. It's too deep. Ha! This one, yes, yeah. So for the defense, fantastic. So now I'm gonna get into the normal semi-open stance, or if the ball is shorter, even more close stance, and you will see how much more effortless power I'm gonna be generating. Let's get into it. So this is the typical one that Djokovic uses, for example, Alcaraz, and you always see them that the left leg is a little bit more in front. It's for the balance purpose, for stability, and then the power comes from one more. And it's just so much more easy. Like this. I can go in. This one. Perfect example. And it just becomes so effortless. This one. I'm just going in. Left leg supports me. And the right is being released for the power. So easy. Then I can put the ball weight into the ball. And again. This was even shorter, so close stance. Compare it with this. Yeah, like this. It's really, I'm not using any elements now with the open stance. I cannot use the body properly. I'm just relying on the arm. It's terrible, terrible. Compared to this, whoa, it's just so much better. Into the ball. So, I hope you enjoyed this session. Again, let me know in comments what you think about the open stance, if you're using or teaching open stance, if you are a tennis coach. As I said before, do teach it, but do not teach it only This is the main point from this lesson. Try to teach your players, or if you are a player, try to use the 3 to 4 different stances, not open stance only. If you're teaching your players only open stance, you are limiting them from having much more effortless strokes. And if you want to learn how to hit those big crispy forehands in a way that is much more effortless, that you're not using too much of effort, too much of strength, too much of power, not just the arm, but you are able to rely on the whole body, make sure to check out my Forehand Masterclass. There is a link below. It's gonna take you into the registration form and you can watch the Masterclass with me in less than 2 minutes. So I'm gonna look forward to see you inside there and to help you to turn your forehand into a massive weapon. And very lastly, if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification button. As I said before, feel free to comment and also share with tennis friends who can also benefit from my online tennis training instructions. I'm gonna look forward to see you next session for more. Thanks for watching and have a great day.